Told you, make yourselves at home.
Okay, thank you. What's your name?
A-R-A, Ara.
Ara, okay. And this is your shop?
I'm a shareholder.
You're a shareholder,
This is a very old company. It
Okay.
exists since 135 years.
Wow.
Actually, it is the company which produces the world's best pure silk rugs.
Wow.
Better than this, you cannot find.
Ah, gorgeous.
All right. The Turkish people have completed rugs in that old days in a, say, nomadic and agricultural lifestyle, not for commercial purposes, but for their own usages, such as floor coverings, tablecloths, beds, blankets with extremely high pile. They even built their tents, namely their homes, with hand-woven rugs, with kilims and with leather. You know what a kilim is, by the way? Kilim.
No, tell me about what a
That is a
kilim.
kilim.
That's it. I don't know anything about
Flat
them.
woven.
Flat woven.
There is the warp and weft, but no pile. Okay? And if you make some knots on a kilim, it transforms to a regular rug.
Gotcha.
This is
Oh,
a kilim.
now I know. Interesting.
Something, say, simple compared to era. And today, some of the ladies, especially in rural areas, are still weaving some rugs. Why? Say it's one of the best socially acceptable ways of earning money. That's it. And what they produce nowadays, that consists of 4 main categories that's classified according to the materials used. Pure wool, warp, weft, and the pile, all wool. Wool on cotton is the second category, means the skeleton, warp and weft. Cotton this time, only the pile, wool. Third category, that's mercerized cotton. Have you heard something about that?
I mean, we know mercerized, but we don't know
Let me show you.
much.
Biriniz bana bir floş açsın, hatta 2 floş açsın. Bu ve and another one. Which one? For example, this. Bak, onu açıyorum. Biriniz de pembe, bu ikisinden biri. This is mercerized cotton, for example. Means cypress tree fibers mixed with cotton, and it has been washed with citric acid. Acid burns the surface of the fibers. As a result of that, it shines like pure silk. So it's an alternative to silk because it's beautiful, it's strong enough like silk, maybe not as much as silk, but strong enough for more affordable price. Silk. And the last category, that's the pure silk, as you may know. The question is, can you use a pure silk rug on the floor or not? What do you think?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Herhangi bir ipek, sultani. Kaçlı bu?
This is gorgeous.
Uh,
This is silk.
You can use it, of course, on the floor,
Oh, it's
but
so
it depends on the
soft.
number of nuts for your information. Imagine, if it's silk and completed to lay down on the floor and to step on it, the ideal number of nuts, you can step on them with your shoes or without, up to you. Make yourselves at home, okay? As I told you. If you walk on them with your shoes, you never make them less valuable, but more valuable, okay?
Really?
Yeah, you have to step on it. If it's for the floor, pure silk, that means the ideal number of nuts is, you are using the imperial system, so 412 per square inch. 412 double nuts per square inch, which means 8 by 8, 64 per 1 square centimeter. We are using the metric system. And if it's with that density of nuts, that means exactly 400 fibers are twisted to a very single yarn like this. 400 fibers of cocoons. So you cannot tear it, you cannot damage this by stepping on it, and the lifetime of something like this on heavy traffic area at home is not less than 2 centuries.
Wow.
It might be 3, but not less than 2. You cannot damage it. It's the strongest fiber.
Okay, so how long does it take, like this rug, how long did it take to make?
Good question. En küçüğünü verin bana, o minik 33'lüğü.
Abi burada.
Nerede?
Burada burada.
O Ayasofya orada.
Burada abi. Burada.
Orada mı? Teşekkür ederim. Okay. To complete something like that, that takes approximately 9 months.
9 months.
The one on the floor. To complete something like this, that takes approximately 11 months.
Oh, because there's more knots.
You are looking at one of the finest of all world at the moment. On this one, you have give or take 5,600 double knots per 1 square inch.
What is it showing here? What is it depicting?
That must be the Blue Mosque,
That's the Blue Mosque. Okay.
the Maiden Tower here, Istanbul by night, in other words.
And these are the seagulls, and this is the Bosphorus.
Right.
Yeah.
And to give you, and excuse me for doing this, but I will announce some prices. The price of something like this is around $19,000. The price of this is around $25,000.
Oh my God. Oh my
Please.
goodness.
Take a look at the reverse. You won't believe it is completed with hand.
Amazing.
You cannot see the nuts.
It's amazing, yeah. Also touch the
Yeah,
reverse
it's-
as well. Like,
This is
Oh,
the
this is the
oh,
back.
this is the reverse,
That's
right?
the
I'm like,
back.
yeah, I thought it was front side.
This is the back. Okay.
and sometimes to complete
You can't feel the
just
knots.
one line only takes 3 weeks. Imagine, 11 months, almost 1 year is the labor of this. You cannot believe it. And something else. There are exactly 7 factors having influence on the price. Like, of course, the number of nuts, which is proportional to the labor of that. But at the same time, the quality of dye stuff, natural, chemical, what? The quality of the raw materials used. For example, silk from Turkey has different specialties. Silk from China has different specialties. Silk from Brazil, Malaysia, etc., etc. They're all different. Wool from western part of Turkey is different from eastern part of Turkey, different. And
Really?
the time of the year of shearing makes a big difference. At the end of the winter, for example,
Ah.
it's long. It contains extremely high lanolin, the body fat, which makes it flexible, and you cannot damage it. It's very good for it.
Is that with the silk, or are we talking about
Wool.
wool? We're talking about
Talking
wool,
about
right? The
wool.
sheep, right?
Right.
Longer fibers. Okay.
So there are differences. Fifth factor, age, but not necessarily. Okay? To be honest, something like that, which is pure silk and very valuable, it won't get old or antique. It stays even after 500 years, brand new. I can say that because first of all, you cannot damage it, and even after 500 years, you won't see any differences. It will look like the first day because it has the chemical dye stuff imported either from Switzerland or from Germany, okay? And it never fades, nothing happens. It never runs, nothing. Even if you use it under the sun for 50 years.
Wow.
But talking about the pure wool, Ramsey, for example, let me show some samples in pure wool. By the way. Let me start with this. A museum piece, I can say.
Oh, look at that.
Or
The colors.
Oh, here I have a exactly 70 years old pure woolen one.
Oh, the colors are exquisite.
Right. Oh,
Oh my! And this is wool. These are wool.
yeah. On this one,
great.
you have the warps and wefts are cotton. Say wool on cotton, but give or take 30% of cotton, and the rest, I mean, the pile is wool. Okay. This is 100% wool. This is 100% wool, and this one is a new one in wool category. And this one is approximately 50 years old, used and washed many times, but still
Oh, it's perfect.
intact. Yes,
It's
best
perfect.
condition.
Perfect.
In other words, this red will look like this after 40 or 50 years. So that means the woolen ones are all colored with natural dye stuff obtained from 3 sources, as you may know, like plants, animals, and minerals. Okay.
Okay.
And these natural colors mellow with time. And if left under the sun, for example, after 20 years, after 30 years, maybe not after 2 weeks, they shine. They radiate the most pleasing shades
Oh
of
my
colors.
God,
so
that's
they
exquisite.
look much more beautiful in coming years. Okay? That is why some of the rugs are getting, acquiring value in coming years.
Yeah.
But that is only the pure woolen category.
Okay. And a question about the designs, like where did the designs come from, or is there a tradition as far as that's concerned?
Traditional designs, depending on the area where they are originated. Okay, this is coming from western part of Turkey, from a small town called Pergamon. You have heard about that probably. Yep. This is coming from that region. This, for example, is a Memluk design. Memluk is an area in Egypt. In the time of the Ottoman Empire, in 15th century, the master weavers have completed rugs in that region called Memluk only for sultans, for the palace. It was strictly forbidden to sell something like this on free market. Okay, and they are still known as Memluk rugs.
Which one is
the design.
The one in the
This.
middle.
This one.
Let me show you another one.
Okay.
Şunu bir açar mıyız lütfen?
Oh, that's a biggie.
Two more Memluk designs I would like to show you because it's a rich design, you know.
Yeah, I
This
see
is
that.
approximately 8 by 11 something.
That's a big one. The detail of the oh my God. Oh, this is exquisite. Holy moly. Oh, God, the colors are just absolutely vivid. And these are all natural dyes.
Yes, the woolen ones are all colored with natural dyes. That's design.
Yeah.
Memluk carpet fragments, Cairo, Egypt. 1468.
Oh, my God.
That's a nice replica.
This is the replica right here. Oh, my God.
It has the best quality of wool, for your information.
Okay,
And
so
let me-
a rug like this, what does it sell for, this one? 100,000. I don't know.
Another one, bit smaller, approximately 5 by 7 something. Are you asking me the price of these?
Yeah.
Are
The
you
price?
sure?
I don't think she wants to.
Take a guess, by the way.
100,000.
It's exactly $12,450.
Oh, bargain. That's a bargain.
$12,450.
That's really freaking amazing.
Because-
And this, okay, so this is smaller.
So, nerede bakayım? Bir bak, bir bul ne olur. For your information, let me announce the price of
Abi
that.
8.950.
8.950, 7 kere 4 eşittir. 5,100. 5,000. Between those, only the size
Yeah.
makes the difference.
Yeah.
Okay? The same category. But the small one, the first one I showed you with this design, this is something extraordinary. This is.
Oh, that one. Yeah. Wait,
Excuse
sorry.
me. This is again a Memluk design.
Yeah.
But if you look at the reverse, you will see what I'm trying to tell you. Please look at white points, for example, or light blue, and those are the nuts, okay?
Yeah.
And compare them with those. You will see on this one
Much smaller.
right,
And tighter and more.
Right. So density of nuts on this one is compared to this much more, and per 1 square meter or per 1 square, say, yard, whatever, the price of this is a bit more comparing to that, but there is not a huge difference.
So are these like traditions that you have families that make these? Like
They
you.
are all our employees.
Yeah.
I mean,
They just landed.
we have, give or take, nowadays, unfortunately, 600, 620 master weavers who weave rugs and who are allowed to do that. Okay? Because remember the very small one? Not everyone can do that.
Yeah.
Okay. Those were some samples.
So
of
when you
buildings.
start to do the design, are they taking it from a paper like that they draw on a grid, or is it all in their head?
They have the pattern outline
Ah, okay.
on millimetric paper. To prepare that pattern outline, the designers, college graduated designers, need sometimes for a very small piece, 2 months of time. That is the most important point, to prepare, to make that pattern outline, okay? Afterwards, to sit in front of a weaving loom and to make knots from morning to afternoon. It is, of course, a very difficult job, but comparing to preparing the pattern outline, it's a piece of cake. Anyway,
Really?
to create that pattern outline, that is the point. For example, take a look at which nerede 2007?
2007.
Evet. Seccade olabilir, büyük olabilir, kafanıza göre. 2007 istiyorum. This. For example. It's our design. You cannot find anywhere else in the world.
This is really.
This, for example, our design.
This is silk.
It's silk. This is silk as well. And imagine, bir dakika durun. Okay.
Woo.
Excuse me.
No, it's a. Oh my goodness.
It has been granted with first place prize in an exhibition in Atlanta, in Georgia, in States, in 2007, as being the magnificent carpet of the world.
Really, this
Yeah.
is the most magnificent carpet in the
design,
world.
which is inspired by carved wooden doors of old Ottoman houses, you cannot find anywhere else. And if it's pure silk, and if it's a Çınar product, by the way, Çınar is the surname of this family and this company, okay? You have the logo woven.
Oh, that's the logo.
Yeah,
Okay,
Çınar
let me-
starts with a C, a hook below, which we read Ç.
So that's
And
the.
this is a brand.
Boy, oh
It
boy.
makes sense. The name of the master weaver or the name of the family is also a factor having influence on the price, plus the rareness. If it's unique, imagine, even if you are ready to pay me $2 million for a second one of this or that, 70 years old, there is no, doesn't exist. So it's unique, and that makes sense as well. It can be beautiful or not, or ugly, but if it's unique, that makes sense. Imagine. The price of something like that is, give or take, $65,000. It's the silk. The price of this is, give or take, $110,000.
Oh my God.
It's the same design.
And but it's like you can see it's so fine and so tiny. It's like suede. It feels like suede.
Velvet, sweat, right. The number of knots. That's approximately 5,000 per 1 square inch.
Is okay, and this is the chinar. Chinar.
It's again one of the finest of whole world. And plus, we completed 2 pieces with this density of knots, with this design in pure silk. The other one is already sold. It's in India. This is the only one left. It is unique.
Is this one sold?
No,
No.
they are all for
Yours
sale.
missing.
That's not sold yet.
I love this. I love these.
Okay. Şimdi değişik ne? Aha. Madem ki hazırlamışım.
I love his excitement. I love the enthusiasm.
Like pictures.
Oh my goodness.
Some souvenirs, remembrances from Istanbul. Those are all extremely fine, of course. Take a look at the beauty of this.
So these rugs are made to put on the floor and not hang on a wall. No.
These small ones, which are extremely fine, because of the thickness of the threads, it's not strong enough to
Put on the floor.
yeah. Compare,
Okay.
for example, the thickness of this fiber with this, you'll notice the difference between. It's not the same. On this one, you have, as I told you, give or take 400 fibers twisted. On this one, you have 160 or 170.
Okay.
Otherwise, you cannot reach this high number of knots. Okay. Can you remember or take a look at this, for example, which is as fine as the other very small one I showed you? See?
Right. Not
You can
for the
take
floor.
this.
That's to hang.
Or to use on a table.
Or a
But
table. Yeah.
July 5th will be your
it's
next
the Hagia Sophia.
I don't have anything in between.
Noah's Ark,
So I'm going from one to the
Noah's Ark.
another version of that.
and I'll go with you guys in the
Oh, there you go.
The
There's
Whirling
Noah.
Dervishes.
The whirling dervishes. Yes.
Basilica.
But then I'm going to come back to something.
And these are silk. Yeah, these
Yes.
are all silk.
All of them.
So you said prime,
Blue moss.
prime time is what? Prime season is
Maiden Tower, once again.
From May to end of October,
Maiden Tower right
I
there.
can say
Oh my goodness.
April, Easter.
This is one of my favorites.
Oh really?
Until
Why is it your favorite?
Because
November.
on that one you only have the colors of the nature. Tones of green, tones of blue, and tones of brown. That's
Yeah.
all.
Yeah.
Sky,
We have frequent shuttles.
sea,
Sometimes I drive, leave the car.
ground.
You don't have Uber here.
He doesn't know what function.
What else I can show you? Some of my favorites. For example, this one.
Ooh.
It's wool on cotton again, but a very interesting and attractive design. Ayakları ezme ablacığım.
I noticed that it had the taxi driver had something that said Uber on it. So
At first glance, it looks maybe busy, but the more you look at it, the more you like it. That's for sure.
Oh yeah.
It's something else I had forgotten.
It kind of tells a story.
If you look from different angles, they look different. The
Yeah.
color changes, light and dark.
guy with the hotel.
Did you notice that?
And so
I'm gonna notice it.
Yeah. From this angle, for example, it's light. From the other angle, extremely dark.
I didn't see what the meter was.
Let me show it once again on this one, for example.
So I
Küçük
said,
ipekleri
"What's
bu
it
arada
gonna
siz
cost?" Because I
kaldırabilirsiniz
went,
isterseniz.
I said, what's it gonna cost?
Take a look.
Pretend like you
Stay
didn't
there
know.
where you are.
Okay.
So
Concentrate
he did
yourselves on the colors.
Yeah.
300 lira. Okay. On the way back, I had a taxi driver that had a
Have you
Yeah.
noticed?
Light
meter.
to dark.
Dark.
Light.
I
To dark.
knew I was going to be taken too.
Why
We were
is
also
that?
late for the reservation.
I don't know.
It's like they
Let me try to explain. On the weaving loom,
I mean, I know better, but
after
we were in a
every
big rush,
finish it
and I
line,
wanted, you know,
Uh huh.
the weaver comes down the nuts with an
Oh,
iron
to push it tight.
to be able to put more nuts into a limited area. As a result of that, the pile is inclined to one direction.
Oh.
So light will be absorbed on one side and reflected on the other side. It's a proof the rug is hand woven. Because machine made ones, they don't have any nuts, no stitches. So nobody needs to come down. Okay? And there is no color change. The pile on a machine made one is just glued in the warps and wefts. That's the main difference. And as a result of that, even if it's a woolen rug in this size, which is give or take 5 by 7, the labor of that is around 4.5 or 5 months. A machine-made one in the same size should take around 2 hours maybe. And the price would be, instead of $3,000 or $4,000, maybe only $500. That is the main difference.
So, what's the story of this? Because this is really different.
That's not a traditional design. It probably expresses the dream of the weaver.
Okay.
I had a dream.
You have a dream? What's your dream?
or an expectation or something. That's
So
what
how many generations has been doing this business?
3 at least.
3 at
We
least.
are all third or fourth generation art dealers,
Amazing.
unfortunately, because it's a dying art.
It is, yeah.
If you want to stay heroes like us, too hard to produce, especially pure silk, because it is not, cheap.
Yeah.
It's a serious sum, to be honest.
Yeah. Okay, so this is the winner of
2008.
2008.
And 2009 comes.
Is
3
this
years in a
that
row.
same? Oh, yeah, Chinar. There we go. That's what you want,
All
folks.
the silk rugs have that name, the logo, woven on any point.
Missy wants your bet.
No, no problem. 2009.
This is 2009 winner.
Yep.
This is.
It looks like there are only 8 or 9 different colors or tones of colors on that one, but it's at least 17,
Really?
including the tones of purple, the tones of
Yeah.
green, the tones of
Because
green.
it's shaded. Even the
17 at
flowers
least.
are shaded. So it's, darker and then gets lighter and. That's good.
They cannot be perfect. None of them.
You don't want it to be perfect. That's the beauty, is in the imperfection.
Almost perfect. It's not difficult to sell something like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And this is in other words, this is the Rolls Royce.
Right. And you have to be passionate about what you're doing, because
And if-
otherwise it's got to be a labor of love.
Right. That's it. Part of it. You have to love it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you cannot
Gorgeous.
stay. You cannot live. You cannot survive.
It's beautiful. Thank you. This is amazing, and we've learned a lot.
I have